hit the splitter and got him to a count where he had one left to wipe him out. That's exactly what he did. I think that's all he's going to be called upon to do. And when you throw 7 shutout innings in a potential wipeout game, you've done quite a job.
Just about a month shy of his 41st birthday, and Schilling today has been masterful. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 6 hits. 8 times he went 0-2 to a hitter. And it has every look as if the Red Sox will now entrust this to their bullpen.
Well, Coco Crisp was kind of apologizing to Curt Schilling, saying, look, I had that ball. I usually make that catch. I just didn't make it in that inning and put a little more pressure on you. And Curt saying, don't worry about it, kid. I've had a lot of pressure for a lot of years now.
Meanwhile, Shields continues on the mound for the Angels. He's pitched 2 strong innings so far in relief of Jared Weaver. Struck out the side in the 7th. And he's 2-2 here on Lugo.
Well, Shields has always had great stuff. His problem early in the season was loss of command of the strike zone, but he's got it back again.
Don't forget, we've got more baseball coming on TBS with the Indians and Yankees from Yankee Stadium. And we just watched Schilling. Can Roger Clemens do the same to keep his team alive tonight in Game 3 against Cleveland? Wasn't it something last night to watch the Diamondbacks clinch and to see that Randy Johnson is in the dugout? To think that there's a guy that was counted on and is being paid a lot of money, a lot of their payroll this year, in the hopes that Randy Johnson could do what Schilling has just done for his team, and yet the Diamondbacks are in the LCS without Johnson being able to pitch.
And they also lost Chad Tracy and they lost Orlando Hudson. And now they've lost Lugo on ball 4. After a nice job by Shields, that was on the mind of Mike Scioscia as he brings Spire in to throw a ground ball and try to get out of this inning. Now, with an insurance run right here, the Red Sox look to be in good shape, and you can do it either with the bunt or the hit and run, and Lugo already has the lone stolen base of the game. But I would assume we'll see, with this combination of Lugo and Pedroia, Terry Francona go to something offensively with movement.
Well, this is the matchup from the 9th inning on Friday night. Lugo led off the bottom of the 9th with a hit off Spire, and then with Dustin Pedroia batting, and the Angels expecting some action and a lot of folks thinking bunt. Terry Francona actually started Lugo, played hit and run. Pedroia grounded out, advancing Lugo to second. And Pedroia drives this to the left field corner. Lugo to third. And Lugo's going to be waved home. Relay by Cabrera. There. Pedroia safe on the slide. The ball pops free. Lugo scores. Pedroia at third, and the Red Sox lead 3-0. And DeMarlo Hale, right there, the third base coach, did a great job of reading that ball in the corner, and he never stopped. He kept Lugo coming all the way.
Well, it is a gamble with nobody out, but you figure this is the time to do it. He runs on Cabrera, a good slide by Lugo. That throw was up the line and away from the plate. The ball gets away from Napoli, and that is a huge insurance run. A good throw gets him here. It wasn't a good relay throw.
Now Youkilis hits one out the very deep center field, and in to score will be Pedroia. So the Red Sox put 2 insurance runs up. Pedroia with a double and an RBI. He went to third on the play at the plate and then scores on Youkilis' sacrifice fly. So Big Papi now hits with 1 out and nobody on. Youkilis was one of the best in that category on the Red Sox this year. He was over 70% at getting the runner in from third with less than 2 outs. Oh, a little chest shot there. Spire comes way in to Ortiz.
Well, sore knee and all.
Yep.
The big man got out of the way.
So the Red Sox, who've leaned for much of their offense in this series on the long balls from Ortiz and Ramirez, but here they scrapped 2 runs together, the 2 insurance runs, to give them a 4-0 lead.
Well, we talked about the configuration of this lineup being that they had 1 speed guy at the top, 2 speed guys at the bottom. And when Lugo gets on, then you've got Pedroia, who handles the bat pretty well, a very aggressive hitter, taking one into the corner. And it's turned into 2 big runs, and you got to like their chances with 6 outs to go.
The Red Sox, if they clinch this series, they would open the ALCS at home. Best record in the league. They earned in a tiebreak their head-to-head season record against Cleveland, earned them that right. And the Red Sox so often in their recent years have made the playoffs as the wild card team. They haven't had very many Fenway advantages. They had it in this series, obviously, and they would have it in the LCS.
You took a look at Theo Epstein before. Still no expression on his face. He knows that there's still 6 to go.
Left field. And that's the 3rd time in 3 games of this series that Ortiz has singled to left field.
The organizations he's ever been with.
Manny Ramirez with a walk, a home run, solo home run, and a flyout. That home run is 22nd in the postseason, which ties Bernie Williams on the all-time list at the top spot. So, Steve, I would say, hearing that with their payroll, what it is, would you have to say that? Would that be the expectation? I mean, I would say the same for the Yankees, obviously.
Well, I think it's part of the expectation. You have a $165 million payroll, but the fact that you have a team meeting to expressly spell that out is something that most teams won't do. They'll talk about what we need on defense, and they'll talk a lot about what they expect for the year. But with the stated goal of winning the World Series, you have 25 guys and a number of people who come up during the course of the year that know what's expected of them. And this is a team who hasn't won a division title since 1995.
And he takes the ball, and it may have also been rooted in the fact that last season, not only did the Red Sox miss the playoffs, but they had a horrible last 2 months, finished 3rd in their division.
I've never heard a general manager admit that it was my mistake. That's what Theo Epstein said. He said, I wasn't prepared for the amount of injuries we had. We didn't have enough depth. And he said, it won't happen again. I didn't foresee it. When it happened, we couldn't adjust to it. And he said, that one is on me. That is a rarity these days with general managers.
2-2 now to Ramirez. Now the Red Sox, who finished 3rd in the division last year, rebounded to win 96 this year to win that division title, to take that American League division, East Division, away from the Yankees, the first time since '95 for the Red Sox. And it's interesting because the 4 teams in the American League postseason were only separated by 2 wins. 96 for the Red Sox and the Indians, 94 for the Angels and the Yankees.
But home field advantage through the playoffs hanging on the difference, and the Red Sox had the tiebreaker with the Indians, and so consequently they had the best record and could choose the format.
And with Ortiz running, Ramirez walks. Lowell takes a strike. Baseball's got some strange vibes to it. This seems to happen so often. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Angels had the bases loaded. They had their good shot against Schilling, and Schilling got out of it. In the top of the 4th, Ortiz and Ramirez lead off back-to-back home runs. Bottom of the 7th, lead-off double by Asturias. The Angels have a chance to at least make it a 2-1 game. They don't even get Asturias home. In the top of the 8th, the Red Sox come right out and score 2 runs.
You're talking about momentum in the course of a game, but you're also talking about just an exceptional baseball team with the Boston Red Sox that can beat you with 3 or 4 different weapons. I mean, in years past, they were a team that would just have to slug you away to beat you. And now they've got speed. They do have the home run hitters, although the power has been down this year. They've got terrific pitching. They have a great back end of the bullpen. And it's a much different, a much more complete Red Sox team than perhaps ever before.
Lowell, fair to the left field corner. That'll get Ortiz home. Ellsbury held at third. Lowell into second with an RBI double. So J.D. Drew at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. Ellsbury at third, Lowell at second with 1 out. And Drew hits a ground ball. Morales comes home, but a poor throw. And Ellsbury is safe with a 6th Boston run.
And what an effort by Ellsbury.
So fielder's choice RBI on the play. It is 6-0 and Varitek at the plate.
Well, if you're a Red Sox fan, just the name Jacoby Ellsbury has got to put a smile on your face, because that young man will not only play in the major leagues, but he will star in the major leagues for a lot of years.
All of a sudden, those Red Sox fans are getting better seats. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
As the game moves into the later stage and the score builds, are seeing a few more that have worked their way down by the dugouts.
Notice that a few of the Angel faithful have decided to beat the traffic.
Varitek turning around about right-handed. First time in the series, first left-handed pitcher that the Angels have put on the mound in the series. Bill Stoneman did a couple of things in the offseason to try to bolster his bullpen, signing both Justin Spire and Darren Oliver.
I think Bill Stoneman will have to spend this winter looking for some power. Although you can run your way into a division title in a 4-team division in the West, it gets a little tougher in the postseason.
And Varitek finds the gap in left center. Lowell scoring. Drew to third is held there, and an RBI double for Varitek. The 9th batter of this inning is Coco Crisp. Angels pull the infield in. And Crisp out to right center field. And that's going to score 2 more. A 7-run top of the 8th for the Boston Red Sox. They lead it now 9-0 here in Anaheim as we go back to our TBS studios and Ernie Johnson. All right, Ernie, that's coming up as here after the 2-run single by Coco Crisp. Lugo on the first pitch pops up for the 2nd out. Lugo is the man who started this inning off with a walk. Lugo, the 10th man to bat in the inning.
Maybe the biggest at bat of the inning was the double by Pedroia. It showed the Red Sox aggressiveness as they chose to send Lugo. He scored what at the time was a critical 3rd insurance run, and it opened the floodgates.
That was it. After Lugo walked, Pedroia lined that double as Dustin Mosley now gets up in the Angels pen. Pedroia with that double in the left field corner, and that aggressive base running play by the Red Sox started this inning.
You got to credit Boston with a couple of things with Pedroia. Number one, signing him with a supplemental pick in the 1st round because of his diminutive size. 2, staying with him when he struggled early, because there's a lot of teams that would have taken a guy that hit as poorly as he hit and made a change. They didn't do it. They stayed with Pedroia, and boy, has it had dividends for him.
And it goes back to what Terry Francona told us when the staff, the front office staff may have been a little higher on Dustin Pedroia than the field staff was. They saw Dustin Pedroia play late last year, and Terry Francona said, we didn't really, we weren't sold. We didn't think, and Dustin Pedroia has come in this year, and to his credit, has proved himself.
Well, anytime they had a meeting, Theo told Terry, look, this guy can play. I know it doesn't look like it yet, but he can play. We are all convinced he can do that. Give him the opportunity to do it. And it translated into a 3-17 season. And I think it helped a lot too, Ted, that the team was winning early. There would have been a lot of pressure if they weren't winning early to maybe make a change. Look at what they felt was a soft spot in the lineup and go with somebody else. But they got off to a good start. There wasn't the pressure to change the lineup, and Pedroia just absolutely blossomed.
He chops one here that's gloved by Cabrera, but the Red Sox deal what could be the finishing blow. 7 runs in the 8th.